First of all, thank you everyone for joining today's panel discussions. And we do invite one of our alumni to share the successful story and with our WeCloudData. And I hope you find this panel discussion is useful for you. First of all, I want to introduce our school. So we are Data Science Bootcamp, and we have Western cohort and Eastern cohort, and we have the part-time bootcamp start in November 28th, and also we have it should be 2024. We have the full-time cohort start in January 15th. Okay, so if you're interested to join our bootcamp, please let me know. And also, if you have any questions during this sessions, and you can just send me a message. I will try to answer the questions you have. First of all, just let me give a quick introduction about full-time bootcamp and part-time bootcamp, and also by learning the structure of our bootcamp, and you will know why our students or our alumni land job fast. So normally for the full-time bootcamp, there will be 3 months trainings. It will be 40 hours per week, and you will work on your portfolio projects. And also, once you graduate, you will be enrolled to the real client project. You will receive one-on-one mentorship for 6 months. And so in the bootcamp, 3 months, you will have learned the experience and about the data scientist skill, including the SQL, Python, data scientist skills, machine learning, and big data. And also you will have several portfolio projects during this learning path. And also when you start looking for a job, you will receive one-on-one mentorship. But the part-time is slightly different. It's very good for anyone who have a full-time job and they still want to upskill themselves and also want to learn the most important skills for the data fields. The difference will be 6 months trainings, and it will be 10 hours per week. For the real client project, it's optional, and you will still learn the experience and also join the career and to learn the enough skills, including SQL, Python, data science, machine learning, big data, and the portfolio project. And so you also receive one mentorship. The only difference will be the real client's different. Okay, real client projects is optional. Okay, and also we do have some common info sections. And if you want to learn more, we will have fast track career change. The real client project. So it will help you understand more details about how real client projects can help you find a job success. And also we have data science analytics, a job market report. And also we will have the data science bootcamp for sections. But today's topics is more focused on the panel discussions. There's few insights about the past 30 days job market. Actually, there will be 60 days. So there will be some, the average job post for data analytics you will find will be from 100 to 150. So, and there will be some gaps. I think that's the reason is our API has some error counter. So that's why we didn't receive full job post in these 3 days. But rest of them, it looks normal. For data scientists, you will find there will be roughly 50 to 80 jobs post every day, and data engineer will be around 50 to 80s. For machine learning engineer, which is a higher tier or higher levels job, this will be around 60 job posts each day. And also give you a quick insight about the minimum experience requirement for the data job. Actually, it's not they don't require you have more than 3 years experience. So most jobs only require 1 to 3 years, and most of them actually they didn't specify the experience, because most of the time DevOps goes to the interview and the DevOps finds if you are the good candidates or if you will be the good fit for the team. So they normally don't really base on how many years experience you have. And that's why most of our students who graduate and they should target the job like require less than 3 years. For the educations, it will be the minimum. And most of job, it will require the minimum will be bachelor, and like some of them they didn't specify like the degrees, and also there is like some job you must have master degree, and some job require like a PhD. But still, as you can tell, like most of job, you really like you don't have to have a master degree to land the job, land the data field job. Okay, and also like a quick tools. I think it's also important for you to know what kind of tools you need to have to land the job. For data scientists, will be Python. Sorry, there should be it should be Python SQL, and R normally will be optional, and so the most cases it will be prefer like in the job description it was like a prefer like a domain like strong knowledge with either SQL or R, and also same as a cloud. So you only need to know either like AWS, Azure. You don't have to know like all the cloud platform. As long as you know one will be, you can easily to learn other cloud platform without any problems. So also you do need some knowledge about TensorFlow and Python, which is deep learning. Visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau is very, I think is very popular because it's like free, and you not like a Power BI, you have to pay for subscriptions. For the Spark will be more for the big data, so it's part of like a cloud computing, but there will be slightly different, right? So because the cloud computing, like AWS or cloud platform, they offer lots of tools. So it could be including like just basic like a data storage like S3 bucket, or the cloud computing like EC2, or it could be like a cluster. So depends how powerful you want. You can choose like a full core, even 8 core, 16 core CPU to run the process, and also for some special need, you can get a APU or GPU or TPU to run the process, especially for the imaging like processing. And also for the pandas is also very important. It's part of Python, but just let you know, sometimes you know the Python, but if you don't learn like pandas, actually is a little bit misleading, right? So the Python, Python, I think pandas is one of the like most important library from the Python. So many use it for the data transformations, or like do some like when you create a models, you want to do some data pre-process, so you do using a pandas a lot. So NumPy and NumPy is also another very important libraries. And also for the visualization using Python, you can use a MATLAB. And also there are other like Seaborn and Plotly. It's not been listed, but it's also very popular. So that's the tools you need. It doesn't require you like know tons of tools, but there will be a tons of libraries in the Python. Okay, so slightly different from the analysis. It's only required like most focused on the visualization. So you will see the SQL is most important, and same you do need to know like Python as well, and Tableau, Power BI is also very important. Rest of them is not gonna be that important, to be honest. Like other tools, it's not as important as SQL, Python, Tableau, Power BI, or Python library like visualizations. So that's why if you join the data science bootcamp, because there are so many similarities, So you should be easily to land the data analysis job without any problem. The only difference will be for the data engineer will be different. The data engineer is it doesn't require you to have much knowledge about analysis or prediction of machine learning models. It's more focused on the cloud like tools. So for example, SQL Python is a must-have, and cloud like platform, including you can tell like a Snowflake, and also Hadoop, Redshift, Scala, Databricks, Airflow, Kafka, and the Flow Hive. So there is lots of knowledge is required. Knowledge required as data engineer. So it doesn't require you have strong knowledge about analysis. It's more for you to like get familiar how to connect different platform and deliver data to data analysis or data scientists. I have a questions, and let me go back to the slides. Sorry. So for the portfolio project, I will say that's it's more like a personal project, and also the real client project is you will work with a client. We have multiple clients from different industry. We have client like big company, startup company, and also there will be a different tasks, right? So the main difference between these two is for the personal project, you cannot get the real world data. So what it means, like normally when you get the data, you get from Kaggle or like statics from United States or Canada to get like public data. And also the data is pretty much being cleaned. And there's limitations on what you can do with these data. But the real client project, you will need to work end to end. So including where to gather the data, and sometimes if data is not available, so you may need to do some web scraping or other like research to gather the data. But sometimes the client will be like supply the data, but it may come from different resources. So you will gain the knowledge about what kind of data structure like this industry or this company use, right? And also you will not only learn the technical, or you will learn the soft skill, including understand the business problem and how to solve it during this process, like any communication or other skills you will develop, right? So, and also you will and also the benefit when you write a resume, the client project will fill up the gap if you don't have relevant experience, and you can have the experience being working on that project, right? So because that's the real world project, and it's much valuable than the personal project. Okay. I hope this answers your questions. So I think it's time to introduce our panelists. We have Nico. Nico is our part-time students, and as I mentioned, I forgot to mention like our students come from different industry, and some of them are do the career switch or career transactions. Some of them don't have any background. Some of them may have some background, but they want to upskill themselves, and they want to like find like better position in like their own industry or like company. I think Nico is one of our students, and she joined our bootcamp, and she landed job during the bootcamp. Nico, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Great.
Yeah.
Can you introduce yourself to audience? Thank you.
Yeah, everybody. Hi, everybody. My name is Nicole. Actually, I got my current job in 2021 after I completed the WeCloudData bootcamp. So I'm working in a telecom industry. My current job requires me like to focus on the marketing campaign execution. So I use a SaaS, which is similar to SQL, to target existing or prospect customers based on the business requirements. I usually have meetings with internal clients. They are the business primes and discuss certain criteria and using my coding skills. I also need to discuss with the data science teams so that I can implement the model scores into my script as well. Once I create like the final output file, I will deliver to the third-party vendors. So the third party will dial those customers. So that is what I did in my work. We also use Adobe Campaign and doing some GCP coding as well. And then after that, I joined the data science bootcamp last year, and I learned a lot in data science bootcamp as well.
Okay, thank you, Nico. Yeah. So yeah, as I mentioned, like yeah. So first of all, actually, let me just give a little bit introduction. So what we teach during the bootcamp, we teach SQL, Python, and also we teach machine learning and big data. I will say like during the bootcamp, our students will learn tons of things, and actually there will be a little bit like about insights about what you learn and what you actually use. Like you're not gonna use 100% what you learn. Like normally you only need to know, like of course SQL, Python is must have. Other than that, so you may need only like a 20 to 40% knowledge to land a job. You don't need to like be good on everything, because there will be different, for example, different industry, they require different skills. And for data analysis, maybe some company prefer using the SQL, some company prefer using the Power BI. Like actually, they want you to using the either like a more like a SQL queries to do the analysis, or some of them like want you to like pull out the dashboard to do the visualization. So different job like a position require different skills. And for data scientists, and you may need to create a forecasting model or recommender system. And also, you know, like NLP is very popular recently. So you may work on NLP, like a natural language processing, or you want to, someone wants you to create a different model using the like a ChatGPT or llamas. So it depends on the knowledge of the industry. You don't need to know everything. You just need to be good one of these. So it will help you to land the job. Okay, so yeah, I think our Nico already mentioned the current job, and also she helped me to answer the questions she have. But still, if you have any questions to our alumni, you can send a message in the Zoom chat or just unmute yourself. I believe like some of you maybe want to learn more like how Nico able to land the data jobs. And during this bootcamp, and also I will try to answer the question you have. Okay, there's one thing I think it's very important. So for everyone, right? So we will do some research before we start like any bootcamp of educations. So depends on our personal preference, we will choose different like educations. For Nico, can you give me a little bit insight like about why you choosing our bootcamp over the other options, such as like a master like online course or master degree or other institute?
Yeah, so I think the most important factor is I think the bootcamp provides a real client project. And also this bootcamp is very intensive, and it's a 3 to 4 months study. And it's very short, and I can learn a lot of useful knowledge can be applied to the real client project. And I also, and then we also have the mentorship opportunities. So we can have our own mentor one-on-one and do the mock interview. And when we apply the job and get the feedback from the interviewers, and we can discuss with my mentor to improve further. So that's why I find that that's very valuable for this bootcamp. the mentorship experience and project experience. And I chose this bootcamp is because my friend, she also chose this bootcamp before, and she mentioned got a very good job and get decent pay. So that's why I trust her and join this bootcamp.
Unique, yes. I think the most of I won't say most one of three students is actually being referred to our bootcamp. We have students who found a job, and some of their friends or families, they also want to have same career paths. That's why lots of students being referred to our bootcamp. And also for the comparison bootcamp with a master degree, and we have some feedback from other students as well. Yeah, if first of all, if you know somebody, you Nico, if some of our students be able to land a job, just join our bootcamp, and you're probably gonna join us as just because you believe if your friends can do it, probably you can do the same thing. But if you don't have friends, you're probably not sure if you can join the bootcamp and land job. That's why you may do some research. The main thing is first of all, there will be a different length of the learning. For bootcamp, for the full time will be 3 months, and for the part time will be 6 months. But for master degree, you may take 2 year, 2 years to complete this degree. But still, education is one thing, and as Nico mentioned, you do need to get some experience in the industry in North America. So that's why our bootcamp stand out compared with other university or other camp educations institutes. So we do provide a client projects, and also we provide a one-on-one mentorship. Mentorship is our alumni. Most of them is our alumni, and who graduate from the bootcamp, and they are share their experience with our students, and yeah, so they have lots of experience. They know how you should prepare before you go to the interview, and they also gonna help you to analysis work on models or skills you may need to pass the technical interview or behavioral questions, right? So that's very valuable support for you to pass interview. And also there will be some online free courses and open course, but it takes a very long time. First of all, you will depend on yourself, and it's very hard for you to manage what you should learn, and also very hard for you to make next step, because you don't know where how good I need to be Python, then I move to the machine learning, or how good I know the machine learning, how good I can try to apply for a job. It's very hard for you to do the evaluations. Our bootcamp can help. During in our bootcamp, we're using some projects, and we will give you some feedback, let you know which part you need to improve and which part you're doing good job. And also we're using the real client project help you to maintaining self knowledge, because normally after you learn anything in 2 or 3 months, you may forgot half or most of them. In order to maintain self knowledge, you do have to find a way, either join the real client project or do some project that's relevant to what you learn, right? So otherwise you will lose it very fast, and you do need to repeat learning. There will be very a hassle, kind of hassle. If you doing it repeat forgot it and then learning it in several times. Okay, so yeah, so for example, so I think there is still I may not clear the difference between the client project and the real world project, right? So the real client project means you will work with a company, and the company will give you a clear objective, like what you should do with the data set they provide. And there will be different stages, right? It could be including the just do the like planning, like you develop our for example, if there's a new project, sometimes the project leads will let you know what you should prepare and where you gather the data from your client and what kind of like expectations they want, right? Then you will move like you will do the first stage. Normally you will load the data and do some EDA to understand the data itself. And during this process, and you will have weekly meeting with the client, and they will give you the feedback on your works, right? So if you are creating a dashboard, they will follow up, give you some feedback if there any information is missed, and or there any more data you need add to your dashboard. If it's machine learning models, then they will question you about why you're choosing that matrix of their models, and can we try different models or different strategies, right? So there will be there are always like a communications between you and the client, and you will learn like it's like just like real world like working experience for the client like for the school project. It's portfolio project, so it will be simplified data set, because data set is not a raw data set. It's like a pre-processed data set. So you don't need to do much like cleanings or data transformations. You just simply use that data to do the do the models you want, right? So it's I will say like if everyone do the same models, or if everyone using the same data set, and we go to like prepare the interview, and it's very hard for you to stand out, right? So you cannot like if the interviewers say like they already saw other ones do exactly the same using the exactly same data set and doing exactly the same like method or models, they will like a I will say they will lack of interest to hire you, because there is no difference to hire you and others, right? But if you have a client project, right, you will there will be more step involved. For as mentioned, like you have to understand the business problem, and you have to give the solution, and you have to test out that solution and report how the result goes, right? Right. So after you complete the project, you will have feedback from the client, and such as like a, they be happy with your like a machine learning models, or they be happy within the visualization like a dashboard. Exactly, yeah. So because I will say there is a very competitive in the job market now, right? So there's more people start to become data scientists or data analysts. You had to stand out from them. You had to find a way to make you make you have the experience, which means you are ready to take the job. You not really go to the company to learn more knowledge. What you do is you just share what you've done during the client project. Actually, you don't really need to prepare too much. You still have to prepare, but you don't need to prepare too much, because you already have the knowledge. You already have the experience. You don't need to guess like what they expect. You just simply tell what you have done in the real client project. Okay, so yeah, so so there another thing I think Nico mentioned, except the real client project, and also there one thing is our replacement rate, like our successful rate. We are we so we have sorry, I think can share you the link, because it's not there's no uh, yeah, there is no yeah, sorry, it's public like a data set, public informations. I will share in the Zoom chat. and it just proves like why like our bootcamp students are stand out compared with other like institute or other educations. Is our replacement rate. So in the government research, and they do all the research across, I believe, all Canada's, and because we are a private college, and during all this college, it will including not only the data college, they will like us, like a data scientist, data like analysis of data, like data engineer who can. They also will include some like a nursing and electricians, so other jobs. So there will be a lot of like a very must need like a industry like a college in the list. So but we still stand out. Our replacement rate is 91%, which is our 91% of students who graduate, they able to land a job. But there will be another things very shows like how strong our bootcamp is our replacement rate. Because some students they go into the other campus and they now able to land data job. They maybe go back to what they did before, or they just find like other type of job. They didn't really success to land any data jobs. Let me share the link in the Zoom chat. And if you go to this website, please ignore there is a like we are WeCloudData, but we register is a Toronto Institute of Data Science and Technology. So that's our, but we are operate as WeCloudData. So there is a 2021 and the private career college graduates and job rates, right? So for overall average, you will see like 66% graduation rates. We have 95, 94.4. For the graduate employment rates, we have 90.9, and the average will be 80.2. For the employment rates that's in the field of studies is 90.9. So which means 91% student able to land a job and 91 of them stay in the same industry like data field. So they don't go to like retail or other industries, they are staying in the same industry. But compared with average, we are like much higher, and that's why we are the top one. And they can find other private colleges here. There are some of others. This is the newest one, so you can explore that if you're interested. There are like tons of them, but you can see they are maybe from different industry, like different educations. They may teaching like a beauty institutes, right? So they teaching different, but in the data fields, we are the top one. Okay, so actually that's why I think that's why Nico chose us, because she trusts they will get the best support or educations in the bootcamp, and also she also knows her friends land the job, so that's why she will have confidence, and that's why she joined the bootcamp. Okay, so let's skip that. So so we know she have foreign report, and also she interested in our WeCloud project and also the mentorship. Okay, okay. So I think this is very important, and actually, especially for anyone who wants to do the career transactions. So we not qualify for the OSA or other government grants, but there is optional is a personal loan or other financial support, which you can send. Yeah, if you want, you can leave your emails sent to me. I will let our admin and to contact with you to let you know the like financial support we provide. This is not part of my knowledge, but for now we not. I believe we will be qualified for next year for the OSAP. But for this year, is yeah, we still have other ways for the finance support. Yeah. Yeah, so if you can send me your email, I will ask our ask Joanne. She will help you to answer these questions. Okay. Yeah. So Nico, so can you give audience a little bit insight about how you prepare like before join the bootcamp?
Yeah, I think I should do the self-assessment first. I need to understand my current skill level and what I should improve. Like coding skills, like coding basics for the bootcamp. I think they also provide, like the bootcamp also provide like a assessment before entering the bootcamp. So you want know your coding level and your statistics and mathematics level. And also the preparations we should do is installation of some software and the tools, I think, to prepare for the bootcamp as well. Other things, maybe the financial planning, like tuition costs and additional expenses, you can consider, like the budget for the like living expenses during the bootcamp. I also may consider about my future career goals. I need to understand why I want to join this bootcamp and set a goal to keep myself motivated to find a better job, or if it's a data science related or data engineering or data analyst related job. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah. So for the preparation, actually, if you have time, that will be nice. Like if you can join the pre-bootcamp, and you have some material for you to do the self-study. I will say, even though we are very like we can help students learn job, and we are very strong bootcamp, but still you do have to do some self-learning. Because like even though you graduate from the bootcamp, and also you join the data fields, there are always new knowledge or new techniques coming out. So you have to keep yourself self-learning. It could be a habit, like or it could be that's how you should if you want to have a raise or you want to go to higher tiers. Self-study is extremely important, and also to start prepare the SQL Python, it will help you to have more smooth like learning experience. If you already have knowledge about SQL and Python, you can start prepare some machine learning knowledge. And the reason is the more thing you prepare, and the better you can do in the bootcamp. Yeah, for applications, and there won't be a test in the futures. So now we launch a different program called Data Fundamentals, and that's instead like a traditional admission test, and we will just ask students to complete the pre-bootcamp sections, and we call it like as much like data fundamentals. So we will teach you SQL Python. As long as you complete that data fundamental, and you can join the bootcamp. So yeah, so as long as you registrations, and I will help you with onboarding and share. There will be different like resources, including some recordings, articles, and also some like ebooks. And there's tons of like material, but still, you just need to prepare your SQL and Python knowledge, and you can leave the rest during the bootcamp. Okay. So. Yes, I think I can help Nico answer this question. It is very intensive in the data science bootcamp. And the hours, I won't say I won't say you should spend as many as possible. What I'm gonna say is that you should create a learning schedule for yourself, because like when we're learning, we are very easy to get interrupt, or we get like or we can get very easily to lost the focus, because there are so many like movies, dramas, activities we want to do, because the time is also valuable. Actually, it's more important in some way. You can say it's more important uh, than the like the money or other entertainments. So you have to, because you want to do the career transitions, or you want to have a successful career switch, because you want to do it in the short time. But if you success, it will affect you for the next 40 years, or 60 years, and depends how hard you've been doing in 1 year, right? So it doesn't ask you for 3-4 years. It only asks you if you can first learning in 1 year, if you can do it, and if you can prepare yourself well, go to the client project, and if you pass interview, and that's will be the most important 1 year in your life, I will say this way. So make a plan, and hours will be depends on your availabilities. That means you have to spend a fixed 2 hours per day. But it mean but still you have to create schedules and make sure you will set up the right target. Like for example, I want to complete that exercises today, or I want to watch the recordings, or I want to solve the question I have during the bootcamp. Make a plan and take down the notes. I know taking notes is very time consuming, but create some habits, and as long you can repeat doing that, you should find an easier way, a faster way to help you to track the challenge you have and solve them easily. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's very good question. How much did you learn from the bootcamp instructor, and how much you learn on your own? Nico, do you recall how much you can the time do you spend more time in the bootcamp, or spend more time after the bootcamp, during the lecture, or also of the a lecture time?
Yeah, I think depends on different people's learning pace. For me, I think the most important part I learned from the DS Bootcamp is I know how to build a machine learning model, starting from so it's like a whole workflow of building a machine learning model, like data processing, like EDA, feature selection, and selecting different models based on their metrics. Especially for NLP, natural language processing, deep learning, I need to do a lot of research. So it's not just a bootcamp, those knowledge they give to us. We still need to keep learning and do some more research. For me, I sometimes look for Kaggle projects and the projects others did before. So I keep learning the new knowledge and for machine learning model part. Because the bootcamp is very intensive, so we don't have a lot of time to review at the same time. So after the bootcamp, sometimes I review and do some summarization and workflow, keep reviewing those knowledge based. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next questions. And so what was your bootcamp experience like overall?
I think, yeah, I'm very satisfied with the bootcamp experience, especially for the learning stage, within the first 3 or 4 months. I always can get the support from the instructors and also my team members. We always work on a group project, and we we learn from each other. Some people, they are good at coding skills, and some people are good at like the business sides. So we always learning from each other, and we do the presentations for each project, and we can learn from other groups' project as well. Yeah, and at the end, I think, yeah, and in the middle stage, I think we have some tests to assess our coding skills. We know which level we are at, and once we finish a bootcamp, we have the real client project. We can independently work on the internal project or real client project as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Nico. Yeah, so let's move on to any questions from audience, just in case. Okay, so if no more questions, yeah, so I have want to share a story with our students, like one of our students, it's a fun feedback and also an interesting chat. And so when we talk with one of our alumni, and he mentioned, I think he mentioned like the most interesting part, in his experience, like for the data job experience, actually is staying in our bootcamp. The reason is he finds very challenged to keep on studies, because you learn tons of things. There will be a lot of effort you can do in the bootcamp. It's like the challenge, right? Because the first step always challenge, and also the first step to learn a job is also challenge. Yeah, so but after he land a job, he found that actually what you do in the we work for the company, actually it's not that complex than he thought. Because like as mentioned, you don't need to use like 100% what you learn from the bootcamp. You only need like a 30-40% of what you learn from the bootcamp. It will help you land the job. But that uncertain feelings, because when you try to find a job, it will be a little bit stressed and a little bit like sometimes you will feel a little bit like depressed. But once you land a job, you will be excited to see like what you can do. But in the most case, as long as you're not going to like big tech company, as long as traditional company, there won't be that much challenge. It's normally just repeatedly, for example, do the dashboard or build up the model, and or build a model based on the requirements, right? So in the bootcamp, he told me like he found the bootcamp actually is the most interesting part, except there will be like additional like hour being spent, right? Because that's very challenge, and also that's the how you feeling about your life, like maybe I would say up and down, like because once you learn something you're excited, but sometimes you want to use it, you find it's too difficult, but once you are able to use it, you want to get excited. And once you land a job, your life now is more like steady, like there are no much changes, right? So unless, as mentioned, as big company, because there will be a lot of challenge. For example, you have to learn thing, or you have to work with different departments. It's not really like a skill involved. It's more like how you gonna like collaborations, or how you gonna work with others, and how you're able to solve the problem, understand the problem. And the more focus on the, I would say, you probably more focus like half on the communications, and like some of like a new skill you're gonna learn. But still, if you can learn in the bootcamp, you should be ready to learn anything, which means you're ready to learn every new things. Okay. So the next question will be: would you consider doing it all alone? Would you consider doing it all alone? Had you know the curriculum and learning parts?
I think for me, I don't think I can do alone, since it's too much to cover, especially for a new area I'm not familiar with. like the instructors in WeCloudData, they can help me to build like the entire, I think, understand the entire workflow, and they can summarize the important parts I should focus on. I think that is very valuable. It can help me to faster the learning pattern. And I think have like the classes and my team members that will motivate me to do this or to learn a new area. So I don't think I can do it alone without the support from the mentors or instructors.
Great, thank you, Nico. Yes, I think it's a little bit chaos in the beginning for everyone. We want to try to figure out something by ourselves. I realized like sometimes you normally get stuck on the small problem. It's not always like a very challenge. Like for example, in the beginning of you learning the Python or SQL, like just one like character, like a no, if you didn't put a space in front of your queries or your Python code, and you can get the result you want, and that bring out lots of challenge. That's small start, right? So even without spacing, and it will give you the challenge, and also in the big knowledge, like as mentioned, like you do need to know how much you need to learn, or how you're gonna treat this like algorithm as, right? So for example, if you are struggle with understanding one algorithm, you will just we're gonna like most of our instructor gonna recommend is well, consider that as a black box. So what you're gonna do is the data you're gonna fit in and what's the output it will go. You don't really need to understand what's inside of this black box until you have more knowledge. So yeah, so there will be a different strategy or different like a way to help you to skip some part or hold some parts, and once you know enough, or once you say enough, you will have better understanding and it will solve that issue, right? So in the most cases, as a new beginner, it's just require you to say like a repeat like a I was always like say repeat learning or keep practicing. And if you do like it, so if you get confused at one time, try to use like a 3 or 4 different time to see if you can solve it. Okay, so let's move on to the next questions. How long did it take you to land the data job? I think that's the question. Interesting question for everyone. Nicole, like for you, how long take you to land your job after you complete the bootcamp?
Yeah, I think I remember it's I got my current job within 3 months, starting from searching for a job. With a help from the mentorship program. Yeah, I had a mentor before, so he helped me to land a job within 3 months. If I find a job by myself, I don't know when I can get a job. So I think that's very.
Do you recall? Maybe you can share a little bit secret. What's the most valuable advice you learned from the mentor? Like, just give me one enough.
Yeah, like because my mentor was professional in marketing campaign area. The current job I'm doing there is a CRM marketing campaign, so he can give more insights into the industry. So at that time, I don't know like what is like the workflow or what the daily job responsibility for this kind of job. Then he explained to me the whole workflow and about the campaign execution, because he's a senior manager of Scotiabank at that time. So starting from the searching the job, I think I applied 300 to 500 jobs per week. And I got most of the course for the first round after a couple of weeks. Since my mentor just did some of my the formats and wordings on my resume, and once I got the interview, I have some failing experience, and I share with my mentor. He was so nice and patient and summarized what I did well and what I need to improve. And he did a mock interview with me so many times. Well, once I got more confidence, I got this job, and I still remember like the day I met with my manager, and in the afternoon they just told me that I can just get this job right away. Yeah, that was very happy for that.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing. I think different students have different story of landing a job. I won't say there are always different stories. It's always unique. Okay. Okay, but thank you for sharing that. I think it's also valuable to audience. Okay, so did you work on the real industry project? I believe you did. Let me skip that part. And also, what skill help you pass the interview? Yeah, Nico, do you think that's the most like the like some more resume? That's the reason you help? I think that's more the strategy. In terms of skills, like which do you recall, or which like knowledge you match the requirements? For example, the SQL or the Python or the big data. So which skills help you to land this job?
I think the coding skills is one part, and also the business knowledge is another part. To understand the industry you are applying for, so do some preparation and research for like what you want to land in, what kind of industry you want to go. That's very important as well. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So for I will say, yeah, I think that's really good suggestions, and you had to get a little bit like a research on the industry you are interested with, and all the skills they are required, right? So, find if they meet your if that meets your personal interest, because for example, we have one students, and it's very interesting stories. We have one student, and he landed a job. Uh, I will say this way. Actually, he is very lucky. He been referred to that job, and he landed a job without too much like a rounds of interview. And also, he only applied for several. That's the one he got offered. But the problem is he joined the data science bootcamp, but the job he working is data engineer. And then he, in the beginning, he's feeling comfortable now, but at the beginning, he's very not happy with what he's doing, because it's just like coding up, you building up a pipeline, you learn tons of like AWS relevant knowledge, including how to connect different databases to databases, and also there will be other team being working with his company, so he also had to cooperate with other teams to gather the data they need. So yeah, so it's a little bit hassle in the beginning. So he is frustrated. Yeah, so it's very important for you to know if that's the right industry or right field for you, because sometimes you'll find it's not what you want. You're probably gonna switch to different, for example, if you are interested in the data scientist, but you are into data engineer bootcamp, and once you are able, even though you land the data engineer job, you may go still want to switch to data scientist, right? So make sure you do the research, make sure that the right path. And also, as I mentioned earlier, actually I forgot to mention the advantage about data science bootcamp is you can apply for both data analysis and the data scientist positions. It's not like other programs. You only can apply for like, for example, if data engineer bootcamp, you only can apply for data engineer job. For data analysis job or BA program, you can only apply for the data analysis job. But data scientist, you can apply for all three. But most of students land job as a data scientist or data analytics. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so I think that's another questions. So what was the most important factors in becoming a successful bootcamp graduate? Let me extend it. So I think the factor will be not only the skills or domain knowledge you have, but also about how about your like for example, which the key thing like you keep doing it, but if it could be very challenge, but you're able to conquer or you're able to solve that challenge and help you to become successful. Can you give everyone audience a little bit insight about some factor you find is challenge, but as long you're able to handle it well, so you're able to convert the disadvantage to advantage yourself. Or there is anything you're thinking is like very important factors for you to land a job?
To land a job or to finish a program?
Finish it. I will say the I think land a job, like successful bootcamp graduates. I think the way we determine if you're successful normally is if you're able to land a job. Yeah.
I think it's a continuous learning, and the project experience is very important. So during the time when I apply for the jobs, I also do the project as well. So I think working with other teammates and learn from each other, that is very helpful to have those experience written on the resume. And resume building is also very important as well. I think because you have to write down what interviewers they want to see on the resume, and it will increase opportunity to land a job. Yeah, and like the coding skills, you still need to practice frequently. And the portfolio building, like you have the strong portfolio of the projects, you can have that organized into the maybe GitHub. The interviewers can just easily search for on the link. And you can also summarize those projects you did, and trying to improve the project in many different ways. Because it's not like when you finish a project, it's done. It's like you can always improve your project. And getting feedback from like the mentors and the instructors or program manager is also very important as well, because they can guide you to how to build up your portfolio or how to improve your project. They have more experience.
Yeah, I think continuing stay in the clan program is very important because yes, as Nico mentioned, actually there is another like students like who also learn job in 3 months. I think it's more like Nico's is attitudes. So she been complete one clan project, and once she finished the clan project, she will instantly ask our project manager to give her another clan project, even though he's still in the interview process. And but she knows like a clan project helps you to land a job, and it give you a domain knowledge on the different industry, right? So after he complete, I believe the one she worked with is NLP. I think it's chatbot. So after she completed that project, she asked for a different industry, and she would say like, I want to get some more domain knowledge on different industry to try to apply more job. But she do luckily land job without doing the second one. But uh, as you can see, like uh, to you have to know like the as mentioned, like you don't need to know so many everything's like all models, but the model like more models you know or more industry you knows, and it will help you to let the it will help you to give you more options, right? So if you have more options, you can apply more job, get more interview, and you should land job like faster. I forgot to mention, like average project, the client project will be 3 months, and there is a minimum requirement. It's 15 hours per week. It doesn't require you like in office, or doesn't require you have like a more than 15 hours if you can, but definitely should to spend on the client project. And yeah, so once you complete first one, you can move on to the second one. It could be different industry or different like project. And yeah, so the more as mentioned, like if you can complete NLP models, and they can move to the recommender system, or you can do a forecasting, or you do other models, right? So depends on the models you're being worked with, right? So you should be apply more jobs like in the different industry. And secondly, Nico mentioned, so there are always something you can do with your project or you have completed. For example, in the bootcamp, you have personal project or portfolio project, right? Because if once you go to the client project, you will have more insight, or you may have better understanding on how to processing the models, or do the visualization, or do the modeling. So you can continue work on the previous notebooks you have, or previous like personal project, or even previous like client project. So you can improve yourself. There are always something you can do. Depends on the knowledge you have, the more you know, the more thing you can know to do with the project you have. Yeah, so so for all students, average students should be land job within 6 months, but only not everyone, only few of them can land job in 3 months. Yeah, so yes, yes, as Nico mentioned, you have to stay in the client project, and also you have to keep improve your previous work. Make sure you're able to give a better stories, or show your knowledge on your like the technical skill and the soft skill. Let me see if we have okay. So now we don't have any questions, and if you have, for now, just ask me anything sections with our with Nico. So if you have any questions, or to Nico or to me, you can unmute yourself, or you can ask me. Okay. So for now, I just gonna okay. So I do have questions for the libraries. Yeah. So for the Python, I can do a quick. I can show you a quick examples about uh, our curriculum. But still, like you won't see the libraries in the curriculum, but I can cover it. I will try to cover as many as I can. Okay, just give me 1 second. Please, there is some examples. So it's a new curriculum. It's not complete, but as you can see, we teaching SQL and the Python. So in the Python, there will be few knowledge, like normally just basic Python. So you will learn the Python syntax and also some like a for loop on the like data structure and data type, data structure, like a control flow and the functions, etc. So that's very basic Python. Then we move on to the data, like a Panda data frames. So that's including the like Python library, like pandas, like NumPy, and also you can using the datetime to do the like convert string to the datetime and other necessary libraries. And even you do you want to do is data transformations. And also we will teach you the like beautiful soup. It's one of the library as Selenium, and let you know how to using the web API to scraping the data. And yeah, so in the EDA, so there will be some libraries involved, like a Plotly, Seaborn, or like a MyCloudLab. So there will be some visualizations, but it's very similar. You don't need to know all of them, just need to using the most popular one you like. That will be good enough. And also for the visualizations, and yes, after visualizations, you also want to know. I think we haven't listed here. There will be some. Sorry, there will be some like other libraries like or there will be some different graph like we're gonna introduce. It's not only the libraries, and also we can do is library for them. We can do the heat map for and also find the correlations and for each columns, and also we can do the bar chart, and also can do some pie chart if you want, and also you can doing the time series problem. So that's something. It's not only the libraries. It's also about the skills. I mean the tools you choose, right? When we go to the machine learning, then you all know some machine learning models. And for example, you will for the statistical and the mathematics, you will know the NumPy and also you will know like scikit-learn, and the scikit-learn will be it's very popular. It comes with a very basic model, including logistical regression and linear regressions, decision trees, and and others, right? So then you will in the deep learning, for a little bit advanced, like algorithm will be XGBoost we're gonna cover, and also there will be some machine learning models we will introduce, including the TensorFlow, PyCharm, and also the NLP, including the machine learning NLP and deep learning NLP. So there will be tons of like libraries we're gonna cover, and also you not only using it in the Jupyter notebooks, and also we will teach you how to use it in the cloud platform. So which means you will learn kind of a little bit Scala, but mainly for the PySpark. So PySpark is a language based on the Scala, but it can run like a Python, like Python for like a syntax. So it will be much easier for everyone who knows Python to run it in the Databricks. So I think let me share other important informations. I think since we have a little bit time, and also I want to get some thought with Nico as well. So nowadays ChatGPT is very popular. It's very like strong topics. And I just wondering, Nico, have you using the ChatGPT to help you to answer some challenge during your current job?
Yeah, sometimes I use a ChatGPT for like some coding. Like I have challenge with like the coding part, but not always is in accurate. I mean, not always accurate. So still need to test it or investigate by myself. So it's like assistance. You cannot rely on it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I totally agree with Nico. It's first of all, ChatGPT is not gonna replace the jobs, and it's only can help. But it will replace some type of job, but there is a minimal impact for the data scientist or data analytics. It maybe have a little bit more impact on with data engineer, because like for data engineer, the hardest part is coding, but data scientist and data analysis is more focused on the understanding the data, and also because data normally cannot be shared or posted in the ChatGPT because of credentials, other uh, uh, like reasons, like you cannot just 100% rely on the ChatGPT. So in terms of the ChatGPT, what with the tools, right? It cannot replace most of the data job. And also, secondly, it's the ChatGPT is only will be good on the very common problems. As Nico mentioned, like if there are a unique challenge or the model never saw it, it will give you a mislead. And also, first of all, you have to have enough knowledge to determine if that's right answer or wrong answer, right? And also, there won't be 100% like they're never gonna be like a accurate result. Like like for some complex words. So ChatGPT's tools will help us to do something more efficiently, but it cannot replace us. So most popular use is actually is not only for the coding, like as you can ask I think that on the ChatGPT 4 they can do they can more for impact on the visualizations, computer visions, and so which means like AI will be more will be more popular. So as a data scientist or data analyst, you may want to just learn the API, ChatGPT API, to use it to build, as mentioned, like our first student create a chatbot, or you want to create some service, or create like it's more like create a service using these tools, right? So to help people to solve some challenge, but it won't be replaced like everyone's job. And I think it's for us, it's our meant for ChatGPT. It's mainly for business to the customer, so it's not really for B2B in the most of case. But sometimes if you want to use that to B2B, you have to hire someone like a data analysis or data engineer to build up the pipeline to deliver the result. Yeah, but for the most of this, I believe ChatGPT won't impact too much with our current job. And also, I think I forgot to mention why like we are very positive. I think I shared with everyone before. There is always job posts, and there will be lots of job posts, and also there are some requirements. Like there is like a high requirements, like in this on this graph. Like for example, they didn't seeking for people have lots of experience. The majority still will be less than 3 years. The reason is that most of the people after they have 2 to 3 years experience or 3 to 4 years experience, so they will ask a promote if they don't get promote from junior to senior, because junior to senior there will be normally for data scientists you will expect have raised from 85,000 to 100,000, right? So we'll expect to have like 100,000 salary raise after 3 years. Once that employee gets a promote or go to different company, gets the salary they are expect, then there will be a junior position available. So that's why so you will see like there are always like a new position available, because there are always someone able to find the more senior positions or better pay and leave the current company. And it could be happens very frequently, like if there is competitions in between companies. Yeah, so that's why for our bootcamp students, you not compete with the senior students or senior senior data engineer or data specialist. You compare with the other people just like you. Maybe they just graduate or they maybe have like half-year experience or like 1 year experience. But if you are in the cloud project, and you should be like you should be very competitive compared with others, because others may not have that much knowledge as you do. It's only I think in that part it's more like an interview preparations or interview like trainings, because it's different like technical or technical challenge of the behavior questions, more like how you able to explain yourself clearly about what you have done and what kind of achievement you able to do, and any feedback from your previous like project lead or even the company owners. If it's a small company, it could be directly impact with the company owner, right? So you will find a way to explain why you have experience, like what kind of experience you have, and why you are the good fit for the company for that position, because you have the knowledge. Because once you go to the interview, which means your technical skills, as long as you pass the first round interview and technical interview, which means your skill set is ready. And they only looking for what they're looking for is if you are the right candidates, and there won't be like 100% perfect candidates, which means like even though you don't have like a 3-year experience, and when the job post is ask for 3-year experience, but as long as you're able to answer it properly, and also reasonable salaries, which I mentioned, like our salary for data scientists will be start with 85,000, and as long as you ask for more than that, but still some of students do able to land the senior position, but still depends on your confidence, depends on skills you have. As long as you meet the requirements, your salary is right, so you should land job in 6 months. It shouldn't be that much problems. Yeah, and also normally people don't get the luck to get hired the first interview. Normally you have to go through like more than one, maybe 2 or 3 interviews, because there will be few factors for you to land a job. Maybe there is another competitor just have slightly better, maybe educations, maybe skill sets, maybe the experience better than you, and you just unfortunately couldn't get that offers. But it's very good experience, and for you to be confident, because you know you are so close to the interview. What you're gonna do is just prepare yourself better, for the next one, which means you have to find out which part gets stacked. For example, if they're asking you if the technical size, for example, if they're asking you models and you forgot the parameter hyperparameters, you can tuning or you can use, they probably means that you didn't prepare well. Or if they ask you to do a dashboard and they ask you how to what kind of function you could use to filter out the result they want, right? So if you cannot answer it properly, it means you do need to review what you have done during the client project or what you learned during the bootcamp. Yeah, so so more it's like the practice. The more interview you go through, you should be know how to answer, and you don't need to be as mentioned, you don't need to be worried if you are be qualified or not, because as long as you go to interview and you already qualified from the technical side. It's only if you're able to describe what you have done and what's your knowledge. If you can do that, you get very high chance to get that position. Okay. And also for the education, don't worry. If you don't have master degree, that's fun. I think most of our students, they don't have master degree. They're still able to land a job as data scientist or data analysis, because there will be some small company and they don't all the cultures, they don't really need someone have master degree. Not all the company want someone has master degree. It depends on the requirement of the company and also the culture of the company. Same as you don't need to have PhD, and also if you don't have computer science background, it's totally fine. As long you're able to as long as you're able to answer the questions, I mean, explain what kind of like models or what kind of knowledge you have during the bootcamp, then you should be focused on the technical side. Don't focus on the education side. Okay, so let's get back to Nico. Sorry, I take too much time. Yeah, so there's one thing I forgot to mention, and let me share. We do have more successful stories with our students. I will share in the chat, and if you want, you can look into that website and to learn more successful stories. Okay. Yeah. So, any question to our alumni? Okay. Oh, so Nico, I do have a question. Just wondering, are you working remotely or you had to working hybrid or on-site?
I have been working remotely for 2 years.
Okay, okay, that's good. Yeah, I think another reason people want to join the data creator is because yes, remote job, and actually I went to office like this Tuesday. I found out it's very expensive for the transactions, right? So you had to pay for Blue Lens and then pay for TSA and back and forth. It's cost me, I think about like $7 each way. So about $14 was transportations, and also it took me 1.5, almost 2 hours. So it's like a 3 to 4 hours for the transport, and the expensive for the parking. If I drive, costs more. My colleague pay like a $30 for the parking. Someone finds a cheaper one, but it's long distance, so it's very expensive nowadays when you're traveling or you pay for the lunch. It's hard for you to get a lunch cheaper than $10 unless you can have time to prepare yourself, right? So if you can count that cost and count that the time you've been waste on the transport, right? So it's kind of like a waste, right? So as data job, data as most of the not all the data like a job, but most of them they do offer you a remote job, and that's bring you a loss, give you like a lot of advantage compared with traditional job. So you don't need to really spend the times like you can spend more time with on the studies, prepare yourself instead of like spend the time within like handle that traffics or other additional costs. We have one student actually he made more than what he got. He made for I think he the job he got offered is 90,000. His previous job is I think it's about 110,000, so a little bit more, a little bit less than the previous job. But the difference is the previous job he always have to work overnight, lots of extra time and lots of like rush job, and the pace is very fast and it's easily to get overwhelming, and they're always working under stress. So the environment is not good, even though he made more in the previous job, but he still decided to do the career switch because in the data job, like data fields, as data scientist or data analytics, I don't see there are lots of like extension, sorry, extra hours or also there still will be a little bit stressed, but not as stressed as like traditional like tradings or finance like industry. Nico, have you ever working like extra time like after hours to complete your works, or normally you don't have to?
I think at the beginning, sometimes I need to work overtime. But once I'm getting familiar with tools and the business sense, then I feel like I don't need to take much time to complete the task. It should be expected like one day. Maybe I can complete it earlier. Yeah, half day maybe.
So normally like what's the size of your team? Is like are you the only person to handle the project, or there are like multiple involved?
I think for the technical people, we have the like people doing the similar channel with me. Like we have two more, so three of us. Yeah, but we need to collaborate with the business department as well to set up meeting to understand their requirement.
All right, thank you for explaining. Yeah. How about for example, like if you have any challenge, for example, if you get stuck, so do you prefer to handle it by yourself, or you prefer to get help with your maybe the manager or colleague?
Yeah, depends on what kind of issues. Sometimes like some business needs, I have to like if I don't understand well, I have to reach out with my manager and a business like the internal clients. They need to discuss with me or set a meeting with me and another person together. But for now, I think I can independently just communicate with the business partner because I'm getting familiar with them. I know their style and what they want. Sometimes they don't know they don't know their criteria if it can be realized or not. So usually I would do like the testing or the coding and provide the report for them. And sometimes the requirement is wrong, so I need to like guide them how to achieve that and adjust the criteria. Yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. Yeah, yeah, I think that's the that's what we expect. Like once they're able to join the bootcamp, and they should handle most of this like a problem by ourselves. Because I think in the bootcamp, another skill is to like debug or solve the problem by yourself, because even though you can rely on someone, but if you want to become a professional, you have to be more independent, like Nico does. I think Nico mentioned like only there is a domain knowledge questions, or there will be a business like understandings. They guess like she need help, but most of technical thing she able to handle themselves. But still, I think during bootcamp, there will be for all the beginners, there will be lots of challenge, and we will give you as many support as we can. So save more time, but in the end of the bootcamp, we are expect you to become more independent. As Nico mentioned, like try to solve problem yourself is one must-have skills, especially when there's text is sent to you, and how the Power Boss evaluate you can be content, or you are be a good like an employer. Uh, uh, it depends how can you do it end to end by yourself, or are you able to handle this independently? I think that's a very important thing. Yeah. So I think it's for all the industry, not only for the data. So all the industry, they do require some independent like skills and knowledge. Okay, so I think now we are at 9:40. So I will, if no more questions, I will stop recording.